Guys, welcome in this morning. How are you? Let's see where we go for the collective. On Wednesday in Pathfinders, we're going to have a special guest who's an expert in dream analysis and dream awareness. So check that out if you're part of Pathfinders. That's going to be our lesson this week. And she'll be doing a full class, so we'll talk about that more on Wednesday. Thursday, my astrology group, we're going to talk about the Jupiter retrograde. I just did a special reading about that, so here's the link to that after you're done with this morning reading. Go check that out. The Jupiter retrograde is going to be big, especially if you are a truth teller on this planet. And I know a lot of you who are attracted to my channel are. Okay, wow, look at this. Infinite abundance right out of the gate. Infinite abundance is pouring into your life. Transformation. Oh, gorgeous energy here. Look at this. Wondrous universe, walk in beauty. Of course. Oh, and discovering truth. You stand in the light of truth. So we are talking about this Jupiter retrograde is going to be very important for those of you who are identifying as scapegoats or black sheep of the family. If you are identifying as a truth teller, someone who is coming out of, might be coming out of obscurity or out of the darkness to share their truth. And this is what's going to bring your light full center, right? To its fullest level of sharpness and brightness in the world. This is what's been blocking you from shining your light. There is a truth that you have within you that is blocking. You believe in it. It's not something that is the truth. It's a truth that was told to you and you just grabbed onto it. Okay. So that is what's going to be shown to you is the folly, the incorrectness of this truth. It's kept your vibration at a low level. And so that means if you've been having a hard time manifesting something, this is why. This is why. And to me, this is just such an amazing story about those of you who are really stepping into your power. And it comes with this level of truth that's going to make some other people uncomfortable. Okay. So let's see what else wants to show up in this reading right now. Oh my God, look at you. Healer coming out. 6 of Wands. Yes, this is the I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough nonsense. Look at this. 10 of Wands and the 10 of Swords. That is done. Wow. Abundance flowing. No more codependency. No more abuse, betrayal. Quite the opposite. 9 of Cups and this Hermit energy, sudden energy coming in. Tower. So this is it's almost like, okay. And I know that y'all are on, those of you who are attracted to my channel, are on this same journey with me, that until you recognize your mission and purpose, until you recognize that you are a truth teller on this planet, you have been subjected. Other people have told you you're worthless. You're not good enough. You are, in order to get love, you've got to prove yourself. You've got to be codependent. This is how, you stay in relationships without people abandoning you, is you just, you really are the one who's carrying the burden. That is over. The Star. This is being healed right now subconsciously for you. If you resonate with this story, if you have been, especially in your family, if you have been told that you are worthless, no good, it's actually the opposite. Whatever you've been told in your family, it's actually whatever you've been told in your family, if it has kept you small, this is the moment in time when you are being released from that, okay? To shine your light in the world. Discovering truth, you stand in the light of truth. Some of you may not have wanted to embrace this truth because it requires you to give up on a story. Now, this story has kept you down. This story that there's a person in your family who really, I keep getting this. This week is so loud for this. It's your own best interest, or this is what's right for you. Just trust us. We know what's right for you. Something like that. And I feel like you're getting free of that in such a big way. You're actually Gandalf, you're actually a healer, teacher, guide. This opposing force, whoever they were, could also be spouses over the years, could be whatever, because you've been manifesting at this low level. So you're manifesting more of the same. But the universe is coming in to break you out of it. Jupiter in retrograde is going to show you the real truth. That you're a divine being with a divine gift. And it's explosive. This is more than aha. Okay? This is more than an aha moment. This is a revelation that is so profound. And I feel like you've had inklings of this for quite a long time. I've heard you talk about it in Pathfinders and other places. Like, I know that I'm meant for a specific purpose. I don't know what that is. Jupiter in retrograde, it's in Gemini. And you might look back, the last time Jupiter was in Gemini was in 2012. And if a lot of you are resonating with that year is a year where you might have had a spiritual awakening or an additional spiritual awakening. Mine started in 2007 to 2009. Like, that chunk of time was a big transformation for me. 2012 was another big transformation. 2017 was another, 16, 17 was another major transformation. And now again, we're having this massive transformation happen again, another level. So you could have gone through 2012, might have been a big year for you. If you keep a journal, this is why you keep a journal. So you can go back and look and see what was going on during that year. You might only remember the big things, right? And this would have been a big thing. Okay. This would have been a big thing. Some kind of awareness of a particular mission, a fresh new way of living could have emerged and is emerging again. You're standing in the light of truth right now. Jupiter is truth. And when Jupiter goes retrograde, Jupiter says, okay, so we're transiting Gemini. We're transiting this storytelling energy, this data point energy, and Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So this is teacher-student stuff. This is also Sagittarius, the opposite energy of Gemini. It's not just about data points. It's about putting it together. It's about connecting the dots. Okay? So this retrograde is going to bring you inside to have this transformation, this major shift into this higher elevated kind of energy, truth teller status. There's some story that you might need to tell. This might be part of it, writing a book, being a speaker, something about communication. And I feel like a message was delivered to you as a child that was wrong. You built your life on that. I'm going to die on that hill, that I am, no good, that I'm not worthy, that I'm shame, whatever it is. And that is being healed within you. That's why this truth is going to be so incredibly profound. Okay. 7 of Cups, the Sun, Justice. This is going to be sweet. This is going to be sweet. This is sort of like, I will just say to you that if you've had people in your life who have wanted to keep you down, they don't want to keep you down because you really are unworthy. They want to keep you down because they see that light and it terrifies them. It terrifies them because it's so much brighter than they are. It's an ego thing. Okay? So this is about justice. This is about shining your light. And you're needed right now. The truth tellers are needed right now. 10 of Cups, Hierophant. Wow. For some of you, this is a marriage that has come to a close. I've got the 10 of Swords, the 10 of Wands, now the 10 of Cups and the Hierophant. Some of you, this could be the seeds were planted when Jupiter was in Taurus. Okay. And it just left this past May. So this is May energy. So something, Jupiter was in Taurus, I think it was like May 25th, and then it shifted into Gemini. It's been in Gemini. It's currently, when we start the retrograde October 9th, it's going to be 21 degrees of Gemini. It's going to go back to 11 degrees Gemini. You have anything in there? Because those things are going to be activated. Those planets are going to be activated in the Gemini template, or the Gemini kind of archetype, which is truth teller, reporter, communicator. So Jupiter is about expansion. And when we're retrograding, it's an internal expansion. Okay. You're also going to have some luck. You're also going to have some opportunities that show up because you're embracing your internal light. And this is a new path. This is a new feel, a totally new feel where things are fair. You might have been shut down as a kid and felt like you didn't have enough power. Like there wasn't, no one was standing up for you. You didn't have any power. And so this is going to balance this out. You're going to have a lot of power now. That's why that group of people, it could be, could even be, mean girls in school. It could have been your family, but it was in childhood. There was some seed planted. Now, Jupiter in Taurus is about seed planting and then comes into Gemini. So there's some kind of seed planted this past year that showed you your potential. All right. That brings you to this precipice. So it is going to be an aha moment, but I feel like you've been getting for the past year, all these little sparkles, all these little, hey, this is coming. And like not really knowing how to connect the dots. Now that we're in Gemini, especially when we get on to December, that'll be halfway through the retrograde. So like December 6th, 7th in there, it's like 16 degrees of Sagittarius. That's going to be a time. It's opposing, right? The sun in Sagittarius at 16 degrees is opposing Jupiter retrograding. That's halfway through the retrograde. And that's really going to be a time when this busts out. I feel like this is a long-term lesson here. Abandonment, shame, codependency, being pummeled right now, being dropped out of your life. There could be people leaving your life. May was a big thing. May was a time when there was, the seeds finished being planted and we moved into Gemini energy, which was air sign, which is more about communication. 5 of Cups. Oh yeah. Queen of Swords and the Magician, Gemini energy. So remember I was talking about manifesting. Every single archetype, every single sign has shadow energy to it. The high vibration of Gemini is to be a truth teller. And the shadow vibration of Gemini is to be a gossip or a manipulative person, someone who uses their gift of language to twist and confuse people. You could have been on the receiving end of that. You could also be telling yourself internally these lies. Okay, magician, shapeshifter, saboteur, in terms of the stories you tell about yourself. Stop telling the stories about how you're not magic. Stop telling your stories of how you're the one who is the scapegoat or the black sheep. Start recognizing that the reason that happened is because you have real power. Okay. Now, this is Libra energy with the Queen of Swords. I got Libra up here too. This is something about, I feel like you're a very, not a good negotiator because it's always been to your detriment. A good negotiator means fair. Not win-win, it's fair. That's a good negotiation. And I feel like that's something that you'll embrace going forward. Some of you could be ending relationships that were not in balance. unconditional, no, um, unrequited love, or just something that was very out of balance, and you're stepping onto a new path, new timeline for the truth teller. And this is really, I feel like this might have started bubbling up. You might have had earlier this year, you might have had some kind of throwdown or some kind of ending, some kind of final straw. All right, the final straw of a particular relationship. And now you just shifted into this new beginning. And during the time of Jupiter, so Jupiter has been in a Gemini since May, and now it's going in retrograde. So there's some kind of, okay, I'm in this new energy. I ended that with those people. Okay, but now I've got to tell myself, Jupiter going retrograde. Now I've got to believe it. It can't just come from an external source. I've got to believe this truth. 3 of Wands, King of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, Queen of Wands. Okay, so some of you might have been controlled with money. With money, power, domination. Maybe there's a big difference in power. Now you are the power. You're recognizing you are the power. This person wanted to shut you down. Okay, 5 of Swords. This person wanted to shut you down. Energy, I mean, in their conscious living, they may not know this or why. All they know is this was an egoic attack on them. They felt you as attacking them, even though you weren't doing that. You're just living your life. This smacks a little bit of someone who thinks quite highly of themselves, but feels threatened by you. Does that sound familiar? Somebody feels threatened by you, and whoever feels threatened by you, I just feel like the seeds are planted for you to really sort of bust out. Okay? This new timeline, truth teller timeline. 6 of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, the 8 of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles. This reading for Jupiter is happening this afternoon. Okay, I didn't do it yet. I didn't put it up on YouTube yet. That is happening this afternoon. You might have seen it. It's a premiere. I'll be in the comments answering questions or whatever, because I feel like this is something that is really sparking a change, a shift from you being a beggar to you being this person in charge. This can show up in a lot of different ways. This could have been a family dynamic, could show up in you taking jobs that aren't up to your abilities, or you thinking you don't have what it takes. You could constantly being targeted by other people who have the same problem, wanting to shut down your light. They want to keep it for themselves. So whatever's going on here, however it sits with you, your light is starting to really shine through in such a powerful way that you can't deny it anymore. And I feel like what's coming out of this reading is you're finally understanding who you are. Okay, so let's continue on. If you're a Pathfinder, let's just keep going. If not, there's a link below for the rest of the reading. I'll see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.